Hello, fellow fragrance lovers, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am bringing you an exciting new release from Yves Saint Laurent, and that is the brand new, here it is, Black Opium Le Parfum. So if you'd like to know my thoughts about this, keep watching, and it is great to be back with you guys. I have had a really crazy couple months, as some of you already know. I did move and I'm setting up my house and I'm trying to juggle all kinds of different things and then, throw in the holidays and all of that. And it's just been a really hectic time for me. But now that things are hopefully going to calm down a little bit, I am going to be bringing you a lot of content. So let me just talk about the elephant in the room, or the pink tree in the room. Now look, it is New Year's Day. Happy New Year, everyone, by the way. And, so Christmas was a week ago, but I had to feature this pink tree in at least one video. I don't know. I love it. Although I have to say, let me know if you guys have like colored trees of any kind and if you have this issue. But number one, it sheds all over the place. There are pink little fuzzies all over and it smells so bad, but it's probably toxic. I'm sure it probably is, but I'm bearing with it because I just love it. And then I got this like light up garland. Love it. So hope everyone had a great holiday too, by the way. So anyway, now that that's established, if you're new here, welcome. I am Limelight Lass and I am predominantly about fragrances. Sometimes I throw some other things in. By the way, I just created a second channel. It's called Babe in the Burbs, and that is going to be more non-perfume related content and all things fabulous, for suburban moms or just suburban people in general. So check that out as well. I'd appreciate that. But let's get right to this new Black Opium. Now, this Le Parfum kind of just popped up, I guess, on Fragrantica not that long ago. I feel like it was pretty recent, and I was like, okay, another Le Parfum. This is the thing now. I'm sure you've all realized this by now, right? Is that all of these brands are now doing Le Parfums or elixirs and things like that. So I was intrigued. Now, the backstory, I guess my Black Opium backstory, is I like Black Opium. And I have to say, when I became a fragrance YouTuber, or when I started watching fragrance YouTube videos, I think I was a little bit influenced by all of these fragrance YouTubers trashing the original Black Opium, saying it was like so basic and that everyone wears it and all of that. I mean, if you like it, then wear it. I don't like when people base their, like when people have negative reviews based on the fact that like other people like it, or I don't know. You know what I mean? So anyway, I had samples of it and I had worn the samples and I liked it. I wasn't like head over heels. I did get a travel size of the illicit green though, which I actually really do like, but it's not that different from the original. In my opinion, it just has that fig kind of opening, which I like. So I have that, enjoy that. But other than that, that's kind of my limited experience with Black Opium. So I was intrigued, and especially because of the notes. So let me give you the notes with this. The top notes are green mandarin super essence, sustainably sourced from Italy. Okay. Pear and cinnamon. Mid notes are white florals. Now I was a little scared because I'm not like the biggest white floral person. And that would be solar, jasmine, sambac, and orange blossom. But those are two white florals I'm sort of okay with. And then the base note, it has the coffee, which of course is part of Black Opium DNA. They say espresso coffee accord, Indonesian patchouli, and then 4 different types of vanillas. There's like a bourbon vanilla and a couple of Madagascar vanillas, and I think a Tahitian vanilla. So that intrigued me because I do love vanillas. I don't care if it's basic. I don't care if that's boring or whatever. I like vanilla fragrances. So I was intrigued. So I headed on over to my local Macy's. And by the way, I have to give a shout out to the fragrance specialist there, Michael, because, well, first off, he's very knowledgeable and very nice, but this was very exciting. He was the first person to like recognize me out in the wild. Like he knew that I was Limelight Lass. So Thank you, Michael. And I think he said his daughter watched me as well. So thank you for that. But he showed me this and I sprayed it. And I like it. And it was so funny because I asked kind of his opinion. And he said it was a little much for him. Like too much, too strong. But I was like, well, that makes me want it more because, you know, Limelight Lass loves the strong fragrances. So I haven't watched any videos on this yet, but I read some of the Fragrantica reviews because I just couldn't help myself. And there were people on there saying that it smells like exactly like the original and don't even bother. I'm always torn with this when I read things that I strongly disagree with. On the one hand, I'm like, everyone's nose is different. Everyone has a right to their own opinion, yada, yada. Maybe they're smelling something that I'm not. I don't know. But then on the other hand, sometimes I'm like, you're wrong. Like, that's just wrong. I don't know in what universe this smells like exactly the same as the original. I don't know. But that's just, again, that's just me. So I'm going to tell you right now, I don't get like all that they're saying, like cinnamon and pear. I don't know. I mean, I kind of smell them knowing that they're there, but I don't know that I would necessarily have smelled this and said, hey, there's pear and cinnamon in this. But I think it smells really good. And now to me, it's not that strong, but Michael reminded me of something that I'm going to try to be more cognizant of going forward and with all of my new videos is sometimes I don't think about like other people's perspectives, and maybe partly because I'm a Leo. That's kind of a Leo thing. Where are my Leos at? Anybody? And we get accused of being like selfish because of this, and it's not that, because we're actually very sweet, generous people. But sometimes like I just relate everything to like myself. You know what I mean? Like not in a selfish way, but I'm like, I don't necessarily stop and think like, oh, maybe not everyone wants to be wearing bangers that clear a room, right? Like maybe some people like more subtle fragrances, and there are perfumes that would be too much for them. Like to me, that doesn't even exist, right? Like so a perfume being too much, not even a thing for me, but for some people it would be. So, I don't think it's like overwhelming, especially if you just spray a little bit. I will say I wore it for a full day. The longevity is just fine. It's to me similar to Illicit Green in that, it lasts for the day, but you're not, you know, the sillage and all of that, the projection isn't huge, but I will say that I kept sniffing myself throughout the day and thinking like, ooh, I smell really good. So what makes this different from the original Black Opium? It is that those 4 vanillas, and I really get those vanillas. And to me, that makes it stand out. And it makes it really appealing to me as a vanilla lover, okay? Now, is it like groundbreaking? No, but you know, it was nice enough for me to like, because I was going to blind buy it, then I thought I have to stop doing that. So I smelled it and I waited until I could smell it. But I still, you know, I got the 1.6 ounce bottle, which by the way, now the other thing about this is the price point, because I feel like it was like 140-ish, something around that. The YSL price points are getting a little cray, and other people have mentioned this too. And I don't think like that they're like a bad value necessarily, but I will say like for the price point, that's in the range of like Maison Margiela and like Commodity, who are killing it. Okay, they're in that range, and I think actually those are more like the 3.4 ounces are more that price, right? Those are some really well-crafted fragrances, right? So like if you're gonna get into that tier, I don't know, I think they need to be a little bit careful with the prices. Now, if you can get like a discount on this or earn points, I would do that. But to me, it's really nice. I was compelled to get it. So, it, you know, to me, it was different enough and good enough and enjoyable enough for me to get it. it is sweet. I don't know if I'd necessarily put it in gourmand. Well, I mean, maybe. It's very vanilla-ish, okay? I do not get as much coffee as original, and I love coffee. It's a little more subtle here to me, again, to me. And I was pleasantly surprised that the white florals, they do come through. So they make it like this isn't just like I hate to say Bath and Body Works, okay, because I love Bath and Body Works, but it's not, it doesn't just, to me, it doesn't just smell like a Bath and Body Works, like vanilla type of spray, right? It has a little something to it from those white florals. So it makes it a little bit, more mature, keeps it from being super, like, I don't think this is cloyingly sweet or like sickening sweet. It is not, these aren't the vanillas that are like a frosting, like cupcake type of vanilla, not that at all. But it's also not like a smoky vanilla. So it's kind of, I put it somewhere in between. But I mean, I think if you really like those vanilla type of fragrances, blended with some white florals, I don't know how much pear and cinnamon really that I get from this, but I guess maybe somewhere in there. But it's a really nice fragrance as far as I'm concerned. So I'm enjoying it. I am giving it the Limelight Last 2 thumbs up. So let me know in the comments if you have tried this new Black Opium Le Parfum, or if you have any favorites in the Black Opium range, because they do have a few flankers out now. Speaking of flankers, like as a flanker, I think this is how you do it. And I have to give YSL a lot of credit because I feel like the Libre Le Parfum was the same way. It is cohesive. It makes sense that it is a flanker. Like, it's not a standalone, like some of these houses are doing flankers that they have nothing to do with the original pillar fragrance. This, you still do get the Black Opium DNA, so there's no mistaking that. But it also isn't so similar that you would say like, well, I don't need this because I have that. To me, it's definitely different enough. I think the vanillas are beautiful and I'm really happy to wear it. So again, if you have any thoughts on Black Opium, please feel free to comment. And of course, if you haven't subscribed already, I would really appreciate it. Also, let me know what kind of content you like me to bring, because I have a lot of, well, I did get some, I think next I'm going to be doing a winter fragrance haul, because I did pick up some fragrances recently for the winter time and I'm really excited to share them. So yeah, I hope everyone is doing well. I really missed seeing you guys, but hopefully I will be posting a little more regularly, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.